And Celtic-wise transfer, Mark says, Coney to Celtic nonsense, or is there any substance to it? Coney and the other name that's been linked with Celtic in the last 24 hours is Clement Bischoff, who's the Bromby winger. He's 19. Apparently, he's very highly rated. The rumour is that he would cost about £8 million. But other than that, Keith, it's another day gone in the transfer window without Celtic really adding anything to the squad.
Well, there's more links, isn't there? There's more links, more names, more suggestions. What is interesting is that most of the names and links and suggestions are related to guys exactly like that. You know, young, big futures in front of them, quite a premium in terms of price tag that are being attached to them. But we've had Celtic linked with a succession of these players throughout the summer, bids going in, bids getting rejected. And as we discussed last night, time is now of the essence. What was it, Daniel? The 14th of August.
14th, the cut-off of the playoff.
Yeah, to submit your squad for the two legs of the Champions League playoff.
So a week today.
Yeah, a week today. And I know that there's the loophole that allows you to add another two names right up until 24 hours before the first leg kicks off. But this isn't where Celtic should be. No. It shouldn't be in this situation, because it's starting to feel as if they're scrambling. And you know, having had so long, they've had such a long run-up to the summer transfer window opening, they shouldn't be in this position. It's been badly handled. And they're going to have to pull a couple of rabbits out the hat now to bring everybody back on side, and particularly their manager.
I imagine when Rodgers came back to Celtic, Keith, this is the exact scenario he'd have been saying to the hierarchy. Look,
this is what we don't do. Yeah,
we can't end up like that again.
This is an example of how not to do it.
Aye.
And I'm afraid Celtic have fallen back into that trap. It follows, obviously, just from yesterday, Daniel, when we were discussing the conversation that we had with Martin O'Neill down at Hampden, and you know, him suggesting, dropping quite a major hint that perhaps Dermot Desmond has decided to go a different way in terms of what strategy Celtic employ in the transfer market this summer. Maybe something like you know, the young Bromby winger who would cost a significant fee. 8 million is big money in anybody's books, for particularly for Celtic and for a Scottish club. That's a big fee. So maybe that he's almost like the hybrid. Yep, it's going to take a big fee to get the boy, but he is really young and does have this potential for growth. And that gets a little bit closer to where Brendan Rodgers wanted the club to be last summer, doesn't it? But it's not really what I think he envisaged going into this transfer market. I think that he would have wanted a higher profile and a higher level of experience, because what he's looking to do is not take chances in the Champions League, but to go in there knowing that the squad is improved already, and that what was achieved last season can be bettered over the course of the next 6 months or whatever it is. So it's far from ideal, but there is still time. And I'll always add that caveat up until the 11th hour of deadline day, Dan.
Let me read a couple of comments very quickly, Keith, from a Brendan Rodgers press conference. He says, we need quality. It's there for everyone to see. It's very clear. Now, he said that in 2019.
I was going to say to you, that could be last week. It could be last summer. It could be 3 years ago, 6 years ago. It's a constant message. Right. And I think that he felt he was making a breakthrough last summer when he was able to do the sort of big end business that Celtic did, £26 million on 3 players towards the end of the window. And that could still happen. So it's a watching brief. It remains a watching brief, but there's no doubt about it. Brendan Rodgers, and he's not the only manager who says it, but he has gone on record as well saying, look, I'm a manager. I want to work at a different pace. So obviously that's natural. The board will do the business side of it. But as a manager, you want these players in as early as possible so you can bed them in and get them ready. And there's no doubt in my mind he's talking specifically about the Champions League playoff, because these games are as big as it gets for Brendan Rodgers this season in terms of what he wants to do and the strides that he wants to be seen to be making across Europe. So it really is a matter of urgency now.
Morzuno says, I know I'm dreaming, Raheem Sterling. That might be a little bit out of Celtic's price range, but it is going to take something pretty spectacular from Celtic now, transfer-wise, to kind of placate the fans.
He's been totally bombed at Chelsea, hasn't he?
Nah, he's out. Aye.
I'm not even sure he's got himself a squad number, Raheem Sterling.
Don't think he does, no.
The fall of that particular player has been absolutely staggering.
He was a brilliant player. He was really good.
I mean, brilliant when he came through at Liverpool. So good that he went to Man City.
Still only
Now at Chelsea, and he's just completely lost. Now, would a guy like that have the appetite to come up? I suspect that he might do. And he obviously had the relationship. I think he broke into Liverpool starting team under Brendan Rodgers, so there will be a personal relationship there as well.
I'm basing this on nothing, Keith, but I kind of feel like going to Celtic and taking on that challenge would be a bit more appealing to someone like Sterling than going to like West Ham or Fulham.
Who knows?
Based on
Who
nothing,
knows? But you know, we're talking mega money in terms of wages, aren't we?
Yeah.
So you know, there's no way that Celtic would be in a financial position to take on a wage like that. So it would need to be heavily subsidised from the Chelsea end. And you would imagine that there probably are a number of clubs in the English Premier League that would be willing to take a chance on Raheem Sterling and more financially able to offer the sort of terms that might make him happy.
Our pal Gianni says
money makes people happy.
Rodgers is not bothered as he'll be dining in Mayfair and Knightsbridge next summer. This is his ongoing theory that Rodgers will be West Ham manager.
He's already get the West Ham job.
Singing the Blues says, wouldn't be surprised if Celtic bring Doak back on Ben Doak. That'd be interesting. We're running out of time.
A lot of interest in Ben Doak this summer.
A lot of interest. Leeds United I saw today, the latest club to be linked.
Well, that's a deliberate ploy to stop him from going to Celtic then. That's the 49ers.